Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon is celebrated as one of the greatest post scorers and big men in the history of basketball and the NBA. Replicating even a small glimpse of Hakeem Olajuwon's game in NBA 2K25 is something truly special. When we talk about post scoring this year, there's a trend that leans more towards simple moves like back downs, drop steps, post spins, with the hope of finishing with a contact dunk. However, today's post scoring in the real NBA might make him shake his head in disappointment, man. So I want to say this is what we're going to be able to do with this Hakeem Olajuwon build, is bring back post scoring in a unique style. And the Dream Shake is his signature move, so still used in the NBA to this day. It's unmatched by any big man in terms of effectiveness, but this year I challenged myself to master the new mechanics of post scoring, not just to be able to score, but to do it with efficiency. And Hakeem was really one of the most efficient to be at it. This archetype isn't just about being a post scorer, it's about being a complete player, a bully in the paint, a defensive anchor, both inside and on the perimeter, and a scoring machine. So before we move any further, I just want to say thank the Lord above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. God bless every single one of you. Comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I'll definitely be sure to get back to you with the response. So if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, let's get into the breakdown of this gameplay. So with the way that we're looking at post scoring this year, I'm really curious on your thoughts about post scoring in NBA 2K25. Do you think it's in a good place, or does it need further development? Hakeem's style of play was very unique, and to be able to finesse your opponents is something that I feel like is truly missing, not only in NBA 2K25 in the post, but in the NBA itself. Well, we got players like Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, shows us small glimpses of versatility, but there's still a tendency to lean more towards perimeter shooting rather than actually leveraging their post skills. And I think Hakeem Olajuwon was one of the greatest to do it. Now, looking back at Hakeem's highlights, you can see that defenders were just baffled, man. They had no idea what to do. Fans loved it, and the plays were nothing short of art, man. So post scoring in NBA 2K25, it can be challenging for the casual player due to the variety of moves to learn, which I think, that really explains why most players really opt for simple paint mashing. Whether it's the back downs, the drop steps, or post spins, these are the moves that you are commonly going to be seeing this year. But with this Hakeem build, I had to bring y'all a unique style of play. And for those of y'all who want a deep dive into mastering each post move, from hop shots to fakes, let's get this video to 100 likes, and I will definitely be sure to do that. It's truly rewarding once you learn how to master it, especially consistently. Once you green this, I'm telling you, it's going to be game over, and it's really like making you one of the most unguardable weapons on the court. So back in the day, big men and centers, power forwards, they really focused on their physical play, and especially in the post, where I feel like today, a lot of those big men are focusing on outside shooting, and the physical, competitive spirit is what I truly miss, and that's something that can really, give the NBA a refreshment. If that were introduced, I think it would be great, and it's the kind of play that made teams and players stand out. It really brought a unique personality to the game. If you have a suggestion of who I should be using in the next NBA player build, drop it down below in the comments. I want to say thank every single one of you, the Rich family, for your support. God bless you, man. I'll continue to put out these builds and gameplay for y'all. I want to say that none of this would be possible, us building the most positive 2K Christ-like minded community, without my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And, this is only a small start to it. In the 2K community and the 2K scene, I haven't seen anybody putting Christ out there, and, we gotta go ahead and spread the gospel as much as we can, man. So I love you, and that's the only reason why I'm leading y'all to this way. I've had so many blessings this year in the NBA 2K25, and something that I really enjoy is the abundance of animations, man. In pro play, the mechanics that we got and the tools to replicate some of the best NBA player styles is something that I'm enjoying. From point guards to centers, the game really does allow you to not only have that unique experiment, but capture the exact play of any player that you want. I'm curious to know, what's your favorite style of play this year? Are you running a point guard or a center? Something in between? Let me know in the comments. One of these standout features of this build, I gotta say, is definitely going to be that defensive versatility. And Hakeem was not only known for scoring, but also being able to dominate on that defensive end. This build really captures that with the attributes, and it really does allow you to guard both the paint and in the perimeter. So whether it's swatting shots, intercepting passes, or contesting jumpers, you're gonna feel like a true defensive anchor. And pairing this up with the right badges, this is really gonna make you a build that is gonna allow you to shut down your opponent's offense. And defense does win championships, and this build ensures that you'll always be in the mix defensively. When it comes towards the offense specifically, the post-score mechanics this year in NBA 2K25, they are deeper than ever, so you really gotta take the time to learn them. And that's really where this build is gonna thrive. The footwork, the fakes, and also the agility to be able to chain moves together is really gonna allow you to play exactly like Hakeem Olajuwon. So I guarantee you, once you master the mechanics of the post, like the shimmy fade, post hop shots, even the spin jumpers, you're gonna be a nightmare for any defender. And if you add in the correct takeovers, man, you can pretty much make one of the most dominant builds that the game has ever seen, man. This build really does remind me that post scoring is a lost art in today's game and age, and I think that's something that I truly miss. Don't underestimate how this build can really impact any team, even in the rec or pro-am. Having a center that can space the floor with high IQ and some really nice playmaking is going to be really reliable, especially from that mid-range game. So if you're in any opportunity or setting, this build is really going to be able to succeed. And I want to say that this Hakeem Olajuwon build isn't just about replicating his stats, but it's about being able to embody exactly what Hakeem Olajuwon once did. You're going to be drawing double teams on this build, and that's really going to allow you to get your teammates open. This one is going to be a leader on the offensive side, and even on that defensive side if you play defense nice, man. So we're on the road to 10,000 big subscribers, and I want to say that I appreciate every single one of you joining me on this journey. None of it would be possible without my Father, Lord and Savior, King of all kings, Jesus, mighty Christ, and of course, y'all, the rich family. So this Hakeem Olajuwon build is going to be the perfect one that you can make. There's a few different versions, so don't feel limited. I'm curious, which one did you make? Let me know down below in the comment section. I encourage y'all to try out at least one of these builds to see if it's something that you're liking to possibly run the rest of the year. Playing on post scores this year, especially one like this, you definitely have got to be sure that you're packing yourself correctly when it comes towards that defensive side. Something that I really like to stress about on this archetype is that if you do run the Great Wall takeover ability, that is actually the only takeover in the game that does give you a plus 15 put towards your strength. Now keep that in mind. If you max out your takeover, that will allow this build to pretty much get a 99 strength. Now, let me tell you, when it comes towards post scoring, that's going to make a major difference, not only allowing you to baby any defender in the paint, but defensively, this is going to allow you to get so many stops, man. I'm telling you, I cannot stress it enough. This is the best takeover to pick, especially if you want to be some type of post scorer. And you can always change the takeovers and attributes to your own liking. Let's just go ahead and say, for example, there's a takeover with strength and also 3-point shooting. You can definitely pick it. It's all going to come down to your preference. For my liking, I like to guarantee that I can get a 99 strength in game the fastest way possible. Even if the attributes were to go over a 100, that's something that I would like even more. And I can say that strength plays a huge factor when it comes towards getting stops defensively and being a post scorer. I have seen countless builds and many players put a 99 or 93, a 90 standing dunk without anything put towards your strength. My question for that, let's just say you're going up against a defender that has maxed out strength. How do you expect to post score them without being able to raise those attributes? Just something to think about, which is why I think strength is the most overpowered and important attribute in the game this year. So I just want to say thank every single one of you for making it to the very end. God bless you as well, and thank the Lord above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. If it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.